Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, I want to tell you something that has fascinated me, and the fascination comes from a student of mine, Joe Nimick. Leroy Colbert and Joe Nimick. Now I'm going to tell you something. Do not go into Google looking for Joe Nimick's name to find out who the hell he is, because he's not in there. But this man struck me. Let me get to it. It's a story that's fascinating me, because at my stage of life, I think I've had it. I mean, I know I'm not an expert. I've always been intrigued by nutrition. Nutrition has intrigued me since I started. What about it, how it works, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so Joe Nimick came to me about 6 years ago, a physical wreck. Not because he hasn't done anything, because he was doing too much. He was lean, drawn, and he came to the store in almost desperation. He said, what could he do? YouTube, you read the books, and they tell him the more you do, the faster you gain. Now, this is a man, he was not a young man. This is a man, he didn't know any better. He's going by the books, following it. It was killing him. I said, come in here, Joe. Sit down. We'll come in here. You know, I have the counters in front of the stools in front of the counter at the store before I retired 3 years ago. And I said, let's go over your program, what you're doing. And I found he was killing himself. I said, now, Joe, here's what I want you to do. He said, I take the testosterone. He said, nothing works. I said, Joe, you're killing yourself. Now, don't tell me what don't work. Just relax. I said, relax. We'll work this thing out, and you'll be a new man. It's about 6 years ago. Okay. And I watched him grow. I was so excited to see him grow in front of me, just like you put a seed in the ground and watch the flower grow. That's how I was seeing in Joe Nimick. I was so proud of him. Turned out to be just a fantastic person, a fantastic friend. And I got very close to him. Anything I keep step by step, I say, now, Joe, take this. I want you to take that. And he would go along fine. So when I moved from California, I was taking two testosterone twice a month. Now, when you get to my age, my friends, your testosterone level is in the toilet. That's why you see older guys crumbling around. The testosterone is gone. And your testosterone began, believe it or not, the decline, and you start in your 20s. Some guys even earlier. That's part of life. The speed in which you decline is based on lifestyle. Well, anyhow, I came to Nevada, and these doctors, if you mention testosterone, you might as well be mentioning cyanide. They don't want to talk. They don't even talk to you about it. Went to 4 doctors. Couldn't get none of them to give me the testosterone. I was starting to feel more drained. And I said, God damn, I need the testosterone. So I called my friend Joe, and I said, Joe, where do you get your testosterone from? Maybe you can give me some of yours. He says, hey, Leroy, I don't take testosterone anymore. I said, you don't what? What do you mean you don't take it anymore? He says, no, since I've been taking the Magnesium Malate, my testosterone level has been rising, so the doctors don't believe I'm not taking an injection. So when he first said that to me, I said, I'm supposed to know it. I'm not a nutritional encyclopedia, but I know, nutrition pretty much. And there's a number of magnesiums combinations, and the cheapest and the one they push is magnesium oxide, which a lot of times give people diarrhea and everything because of the compound. So when he told me that, I said, I took it with a grain of salt, didn't dismiss it, but I said, he's taking other things. A few days later, I opened the mailbox, there was a bottle of magnesium oxide. Not oxide, excuse me, my friend, not oxide, stay away from that, malate. It's a compound with protein that works unbelievably well with the body in adjusting it. So I said, let me try. And I was fascinated, absolutely fascinated by the results I was getting. I said, this can't be. Something's wrong here. I was feeling stronger. And then, of course, I'm one of those guys who go full speed ahead. I was taking 3 times the dose that they recommend for magnesium malate. 3 times the dose. And I was getting a reaction like I was getting when I was taking more testosterone than the doctors recommend. And I said, this can't be. I can understand, my friends, the confusion with doctors. Now, I've been doing this all my life, training and watching my diet all my life. But the deep science of nutrition is boundless. But what Joe did, which fascinated me, he went past the general information and started digging into these aspects. And he got a reaction from magnesium malate that fascinated him. So he started taking more of it. And he found by taking more how his body was responding. And as I said before, we went to the doctor says, dismiss it. And I must say, my friends, when you think you know it all, I didn't dismiss it because I knew he was into nutrition. Every time I would tell him about something to take, he would examine it, get into it, and I was fascinated by his mind. But I was also fascinated and so grateful for him sending me the magnesium malate, because I probably wouldn't have bought it. I said, I was taking something else. My friends, the magnesium malate is a body adjuster. It adjusts the body to work more efficiently. I mean, I am absolutely astounded at my reaction to the magnesium malate. I don't feel that drained feeling I used to feel. And I'm like, it can't be that simple. And it's not easy to find because it works. And people take these other magnesiums and it doesn't work like that. So now I went to the doctor that told me, can't give it to me. My PSA is too high. They give you all these stories because these shyster lawyers are out there telling people, well, if you're being advised to take testosterone, be careful. If you got any headaches or if you got this, come to us. The doctors over here in Nevada, the ones I run, they're scared to death. They don't want to touch it. It's not worth it. They don't want to touch it. And they know damn well my testosterone level was down to the goddamn bottom. And I was feeling it. And I didn't know where to go. So I knew Joe was taking it. So I said, well, Joe, give me some of his. Joe said, no, I'm not taking it. I said, you stop taking testosterone? No, he said, take the magnesium malate and my testosterone keeps going up and up and up. And I'm saying to myself, this can't, I'm like, really? In any case, my friends, I'm going to see the doctor and in about another 6 days to get the test the blood test. Sometimes I get so angry that, hey, I'm not against the medical profession, so don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those guys that say, oh, medicine's no good and all that. No, don't get me wrong. But like everything else, we're in a category. Now, I'm going to see what my test is in 7 days, and I'm going to report to you again. But meanwhile, and tell you what the test was based on what it was before. But meanwhile, I want you to start taking magnesium malate. Your entire body will work more efficiently. It seems so simple an item, but that combination works so well. And you go in the drugstore and you're not going to find magnesium malate. It's out of the realm. It's something that's not worth publicizing because it's inexpensive. And nobody's going to go out and put something that John Doe could buy at a cheap price. So nobody pushing it. Matter of fact, they don't push magnesium at all. They say one of our biggest deficiencies is a lack of magnesium. You go to the hospital with a heart problem, what do they give you? Magnesium. But in any case, my friends, I'm going to get the test back in about 7 days. And I'm going to report to you the difference in my level of testosterone. Just testosterone, where my entire body works more efficiently. And you know from all the times you guys been dealing with me, I am definitely not a spring chicken. So take that in mind. And I take my hat off to Joe Nimick. I love him. I really love him because I was almost going in depression, feeling so bad. And if he hadn't had the foresight to send me a bottle, I probably never would have bought it. So my hat's off to him. And don't go into Google. If you want to know about Joe Nimick, call Leroy. He's beautiful. My friends, to be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.